What up, you guys? Welcome back to Pro Publications YouTube channel. It's me, Rich. Daily uploads to open up my own shop. And today I just kind of want to show some of the stuff I picked up from the comic book shop. I am definitely downsizing my personal collection, but there's still things that when I see it, I want it and I want it in my collection. So just want to run through what I got. So first of all, we got these 4 like little mini zines of Masters of the Universe. These came with like the toys. And I definitely am all about these little campy comics, real nostalgic, and you know they're hella fun. And this is the kind of stuff I pick up a lot of times with like the intent of like, how do I subvert this, or how do I reinvent this, or how do I do a parody thereof? Something I do pretty often, and you know that's because I read them and you know I geek out on them a little bit. Same thing. These, especially anything that's Harvey comics, I like these like old-timey, like nostalgic kind of comics. And Richie Rich definitely is one of them. I still remember the Macaulay Culkin movie, if you guys remember that. But this is definitely one of those that I plan to work on and subvert, because I love that tagline, Richie Rich, the poor little rich boy. And for me, it's just so funny and so strange that this was as popular as it was back in those times. I also like seeing the art, because you'll be surprised, a lot of this is like early cartooning is more of the stuff that kind of gravitate to, especially the more cartoonish kind of stuff. So definitely was happy to find these, and they're all hammered, but like I said, like I'm not really a collector, I'm a reader. So as long as I have it in the collection, I can always go back to and read for references. That's kind of what I'm up to. Same thing with this. I'm an Archie comics fan. I just like Archie comics. I think they're really funny. Actually, this one I was reading as soon as I got. This one, Archie and Quick Change Artist. So ultimately they're walking in the snow, and then you know they're just having fun being fellas, and boom, their clothes get soaked through, and so then they're basically, you know, they're showering and drying up, and there's no clothes for them except for like Coach's clothes, which is like huge. And so they're like the laughing stock of the school, so the principal just sends them home. And like, I think that's something that for most people we can relate to that. That's what I like about the Archie comics. It's, you know, stuff that I think is more on a human level than anything else. But next up, I got like the stuff that I genuinely love. Like anyone that knows me knows like I have, I don't know, maybe close to 100 comics of Dread. And like the 2000 AD stuff is the stuff that I really like. But the IDW stuff, sometimes it comes through as well. But like my wife saw these in the comic shop and was like, pulled them out. She was like, you know you want these. And sure enough. And the art in this is always just hella good. Like I got this stuff like when I was young, and then kind of like started looking for more of it. But these were these big ass magazine like comics that they were doing. The magazine. So that's what I picked up, and just added it to my to read pile. But that to read pile is getting wild. One of these days when I'm not as busy as I've been as of late, I plan to take just a whole day just to sit down and just read all this stuff that I've accumulated. But that's all I want to talk about today, man. Just some of the stuff that I'm still like gravitating to and pulling into, and the reason why I do that, right? Again, some of it, like Archie and Richie Rich, is more just for the comic book history of having something from Harvey Comics and something from the classic Archie Comics collection. Like that stuff is just for the comic book history. I want it in my collection. But overall, a lot of it is just the nerdy, weird, pulpy sci-fi stuff that I like. But alright guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, please like, share, subscribe, and I do this daily, so I'll be back tomorrow. Lights.